My name is Ben Chamberlain, and what am I? I'm a lover of outdoors and someone who's found a lot of healing in that. Man, I'd gotten halfway across Dundas Street and Highway 5 in Burlington, and I was struck by a car and broke everything from my hips down to my toes. And at the time, luckily, I survived. I'd lost pretty much all the blood in my body through multiple compound fractures. I had a severed femoral artery, so pretty touch and go. My biggest hurdles with my disability is my platform. Walking on unstable ground and even the pain of walking on level ground it's a lot to bear. I have a lot of slips and falls and things like that, so it's a lot more precarious when I'm getting into the backcountry. And because of that fact, the doctors had always said, no, you know, walking on even ground, thinking of doing a portage with any kind of weight, it's never going to happen. Your body won't be able to handle it. I was going through definitely a lot of emotional and spiritual pain and trauma over the kind of that loss and that negative progression of my condition. And yeah, that was about 3 or 4 years ago, and after being in a really low spot, deciding, you know what, I'm in pain anyway, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just go for this? It doesn't really matter whether I'm walking in Algonquin or canoeing in Algonquin, sitting in a canoe chair or laying in bed. I'm in pain, so let's just go do this. And my wife and I decided to do a canoeing trip. We'd bought a canoe that year, you know, a knock-around canoe, and decided let's just do a canoeing trip, something a little lighter, but let's, you know, see what we can handle. Let's see what you can handle, and it's just been opening doors from there. It's showed us that with teamwork and you know, a little bit of thought and ingenuity, a little bit of adaptations to the route, to our style of camping, to how far gear's changed just over the years since I kind of fell out of it. The gear was a lot heavier. It was a lot more archaic. Things have come a long way. Even accessibility gear's come a long way. So it was nice to be able to ease back into that in a more accessible way and kind of show myself that some of those limitations maybe weren't so much a limitation if I was willing to just step into it a little more. You know, things like canoeing is a great equalizer for people with mobility issues. Canoeing and kayaking, it's a great equalizer. When I'm in a canoe, I'm just as able-bodied as somebody who hasn't sustained injuries from, you know, their waist on down. There's so much healing in the backcountry. There's so much healing in nature. It's been definitely, I know in my journey, brought me some of the most profound healings that I've had, whether it be physically, spiritual, or mental. So, you know, get out there and harness that power for sure.